Hey everyone, Severn here, and welcome back to our next random match here on WWE 2K19. And as it explains in the title of the video, this one is going to be Trent Severn taking on Jordan Devlin, as suggested by Uchenna Ekwe. Right, first of all then, we have got Trent Severn looking very good as a brand new core, been released the last few days with his new NXT UK attire. And his opponent then is going to be Jordan Devlin. Again, a pretty good core. I think we're starting to get to the point now where we can look to do our NXT UK Universe mode. I think as soon as 205 Live is done, I feel like we might be ready to go. I think that because of the recent NXT TakeOver event in the UK, we're having quite a lot of cores being made now, and we should be good enough to get a show off the road. So without further ado, let's get straight into the action. Right. Jordan Devlin, Trent Severn. Like I said, this one was suggested by Uchenna Ekwe. Any other suggestions for random matches, please do let me know by dropping down in the comment section down below. And of course, if yours gets pulled out of the hat, you get a shout out in the process, just like this video here. I like this one, actually. I said we were supposed to be doing the NXT UK Universe mode before 205 Live, but the cores weren't available. And then we decided to do it after our NXT one finished, and the cores weren't available, so we went straight over to... It wasn't NXT, what did we do second? It was NXT, yeah. But again, the cores weren't available, so we ended up going for New Japan instead. So hopefully, by the time we come to the end of this 205 Live Universe mode, which should be towards the end of February, I believe it should be, then we can get straight into our NXT UK Universe mode, which I'm looking forward to. I think there might be a slightly longer one as well. I think there's a lot of fun stuff we can do with it. I've seen a good few things we can do on the old community creations, just messing around before this match trying to get these two guys downloaded. I found some pretty interesting stuff, and I feel like the roster we can definitely build up and make it a bit more interesting, shall we say. I think we need to be a bit more outside the box with the NXT UK Universe mode. I thought there's some interesting names we could bring in and utilise. Of course, we know the obvious ones from the main roster. We're looking at Drew McIntyre, Finn Balor, Sheamus, Noam Dar, Tyler Bate, Pete Dunne. Who else is on the game already? Quite a few. And, of course, I like to utilise a couple of legends here and there. So maybe we'll see a bit of, I don't know, British Bulldog, Dynamite Kid, William Regal in a match maybe at some point. But I'm not completely averse to using people as well. I think using people as well that have done well in the UK. So obviously that's what WWE have done anyway. People like Travis Banks and people like that. But it also means that I think that Aleister Black would be available to be used in the NXT UK Universe mode, as long as you guys are happy with that. But of course he did make the majority of his... I feel like NXT UK is more of a European show, to be honest, as well. Because we've seen quite a few people, Alpha Female and Walter and so forth, being... coming in recently, as well as a couple of the younger German talent, so that'd be interesting. We could have a really cool little stable going on, of course, as well. Ring Camp stable. 3 members of that now are all part of WWE. The 3 German members. So we could have some really cool stuff ongoing. And I like the idea of what we're doing. I think we'll probably start off with a base standard roster, and then we'll start to pimp it ourselves as we go along. I feel that's a good place to start. As Devlin back up to his feet, just digs in the ribs of Trent and fights back. So, of course, Trent and Tyler Bate will be a very, very strong tag team in our NXT Universe mode. The Kofi brothers as well, I think, will be a tag team. There's the Grizzled Young Veterans, who for some reason I'm struggling to find on the community creations. I know they're on there because I've seen the guy who's created them on Twitter, but I can't seem to find them for some reason. 2 count there. Of course, Devlin had a fantastic time with us in the World Cup not long ago in the summer. As part of the Irish team. Did fantastically well and really outshone everyone, including a victory against Chris Jericho. And nice reversal there. Looked like he was going for a power drop. Referee, come on. 1, 2. Oh, and only a 2 count. So there's a lot of good things happening in the future, and I'm looking forward to the NXT... UK Universe when we get round to it. There's a pin there by Devlin. Once again, only a 1 count. Devlin going for it here, though. All over Trent. Trent sends Devlin into the corner. Looks to follow him up. Devlin manages to slide free before catching Trent with the right hand. Now into a Saito suplex, folding Trent in half. And now Devlin stalking Trent Severn. I think Trent Severn was the first UK talent I ever really saw properly. Not, I didn't say properly. I mean, it's a weird one to say. There's the pin. 1, 2, and 3. And there we go. Big win for Jordan Devlin. No, it's a weird one. I'm not quite sure how I explained this. Obviously, I'd seen British Bulldog and that sort of stuff. But I think on the indie scene, one of my first ever independent DVDs was a Combat Zone Wrestling one. It was Best of the Best. I think like 2010 or something like that, I think it was. And they had Trent Severn and MK McKinnon as part of that. Well, I remember MK McKinnon, to be honest. He sort of disappeared. He was doing quite a bit. I think he had a couple of injuries and he sort of disappeared about, I don't know, 4 or 5 years ago. I don't know where he is at the moment, to be honest with you. But yeah, well done to Trent. He's had a longer career and he's finally getting the just rewards with this little bit of work in WWE. And I hope that Mustache Mountain get a run at some point on the main roster. I mean, I can't see why not. They're an enjoyable tag team. I think people will get behind them. But this man here is absolutely full of potential. An absolutely fantastic heel as well. And I feel like this guy has got a great future ahead of him. And who knows, maybe even maybe a feud against Finn Balor. Or maybe even a tag team with Finn Balor. That'd be pretty interesting as well. We'll have to cross that bridge when we come to it. But there we go. That's the end of this video. Hope you enjoyed it. Of course, if you have, then please do hit a like and, of course, subscribe if you want to see some more. Thank you once again to Uchenna Ekwe for the suggestion. Of course, any other suggestions for random matches, drop them down in the comment section down below. And, of course, let me know what you think about these calls, as always. Do you think they're good enough for the NXT UK Universe mode? And if so, I think that we're going to be looking towards going towards the NXT Universe mode pretty soon. Like I said, within the next 4 weeks or so. Just to take a bit more preparation, obviously finishing off the 205 Live Universe mode and so forth. Anyway, I shall leave you alone because I've blabbered too much in this match as it is. I've been Shabba Gamer. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye.